What's up, everyone? So I've been standing here for about 3 minutes. This light is not picking me up. What the fuck am I gonna do? Now, there's a car coming. That could be a cop. So I guess I'm gonna wait for him to pass. But I'm gonna run this bitch. What other choice do I have? See, I've been riding for about 2 months. And this has happened before. So what else is there to do? It's a taxi, so let's run it. Sorry, guys. Woo-ha! It's fun. I'm free, baby. Okay. Speed limit is 30 miles an hour. Come on, man. Guys, I cannot afford to get pulled over. Trust me. I cannot afford to get pulled over, especially on Front Beach Road right here. This street, and it's 1 in the morning right now. Oh my god, I'll get pulled over so fast. So I gotta take it easy. And so basically, guys, I just want to talk about how much of a blessing this bike is to me, man. I love it so much. I'm riding on a Yamaha R3 2016. Yes, this is my first bike. It is the first sport bike I've ever ridden. I taught myself how to ride a bike. So I was so excited when I got the bike. This is how I started to ride a bike. How I even got the idea of purchasing a bike in my head. I was watching YouTube videos. That's how I started. I watched YouTube videos. I became fascinated by what I saw and the adrenaline it brought to the person driving the bike, you know. And I couldn't feel it, but I could see it, you know, through the YouTube videos that I watched. And I was so excited, you know, because I'm not gonna lie, I live a reserved life, you know. I stay very reserved. I stay inside the house majority of the time, you know. I prefer to do that. And as soon as I purchased this bike, you know, my life changed, and the way I saw life changed completely. And it's awesome. And it's awesome the way this bike has shifted my life a little bit, you know, a little bit of excitement, I guess you could say. And I love it, guys. You know, if you're going through the same thing, you know, and you know, a bike just might be the solution. Now, it was not cheap at all. You know, I went to the dealership and I was not prepared to buy a bike at all. I had looked through some YouTube videos and I had researched some bikes, but the Yamaha R3 was not one of them. And when the salesperson, you know, I walked into the dealership, the salesperson pointed this one out. She asked me if I had any experience. I said, nah, not at all. And she pointed me to this one. Before I had gone to that dealership, I had gone to another store, and they tried to sell me a Yamaha, not a Yamaha, but I forgot what type it was, but it was an R1 for like $5,000. It was a used R1, and you know, he was like, the guy that was selling it to me was like, it's the same thing. All bikes are the same. Whether it's an R1 or an R3, it doesn't matter. You learn to ride it all the same. So I was kind of skeptical. I'm like, this guy wants me to kill me. He wants me to kill myself. So that's when I drove to the Yamaha dealer, and she pointed out this one, and you know, I fell in love with this one. But to be honest, I had no idea. You know, I had no idea. I had no knowledge of any bikes or anything, and she talked me into it. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted the bike badly. Supposedly I walked in there just to see, and I wanted the bike badly, and I ended up buying the bike. You know, next thing you know, it's at my house. I had no knowledge, no nothing. The guy delivered it. And I ended up watching a 5-minute video, how to ride a bike. The video, it did not explain how to stop a bike, how to downshift, how to nothing. All I knew was how to start the bike. So I got on the bike, and I ended up killing the bike about 100 times until I managed to get it started without killing it. Until I got to the stop sign, then I killed it again. Then I was stuck there for about 10 minutes until I got it to move again. And to be honest, I just, you know, I was so eager to start driving my motorcycle, you know, and I learned pretty quick. I think I picked it up pretty fast. You know, this is only a beginner bike, and the faster I'm learning, guys, the more I realize, you know, or the more the thought of me buying a different bike comes to my mind. Like, I should have bought a bigger R6 or something, you know, something, because I'm learning pretty fast on this. But you know what, I come to the conclusion that that doesn't really matter. This bike is doing great and is working out. And yeah, it only goes about, I haven't hit it to 100, about 116 I think is about what it hits. And you know, that's just fine. I live in a small city, small town. I can go from one side of my island to the other in about 20 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. And guys, this is Pier Park, by the way. This should be the heart of Panama City, the heart of my town. And it's dead at 1 in the morning, Memorial Day. It's insane. But yeah, you know what? The hardest thing about learning how to ride a motorcycle was downshifting. You know, staying on it is pretty easy. This bike, especially with this bike, I can only speak about this bike. You know, this bike is so easy, and you learn fast on it, and it's very forgiving. You know, this bike, it goes quick, but it is not fast. Like, it only goes to about 116 miles an hour. And first, you know what I noticed? First shift only takes you about to like 20 miles an hour. Second shift, I've noticed that it only goes to about 22, 23 miles an hour before you can hear the engine really start to struggle. Third shift, it goes to about 45. So that's how I learned, because I tried watching YouTube videos, and I found out that, you know, watching the RPMs for me was kind of confusing. So that's how I ended up learning about the shifting when it was time to shift, by watching, you know, hearing the engine and knowing exactly when the engine starts to struggle. And I would memorize, okay, 18 miles an hour, first shift, time to shift, 31 miles an hour, time to shift, 45, time to shift. And that's how I learned. And it also helps with downshifting, because downshifting, good thing we got to this one, downshifting is one of the hardest things I had to learn, or to teach myself how to do, because I would watch YouTube videos and I would search online, and all of these methods and all of these videos would not make any sense to me. They wouldn't.